You would think that when your state rep votes, you would be able to know how they voted. They represent you, after all. But most of the time, you'd be out of luck, because there's no record of how they voted. When Massachusetts passed criminal justice reform in 2017, state reps snuck in a Blue Lives Matter amendment that gave police more power and created a new mandatory minimum. The amendment was opposed by criminal justice advocates, but it passed, and we don't know which state reps voted for it. On the other hand, the Safe Communities Act, a bill that had tremendous popular support and would have protected immigrants from Trump's cruel and racist policies, was brought to the Massachusetts legislature, but was killed. Want to know how those state reps voted? Good luck. They never recorded their vote. So why are we in the dark on all these votes? The House usually doesn't record how state reps vote. The exception is if there's a roll call vote. To request a roll call, 16 reps have to demand it, and it's extremely rushed. They have 5 seconds to jump to their feet before the chair declares if enough of them demanded it. Without roll call, there's just a voice vote. The chair simply declares the outcome of the vote by how many ayes and nays they hear. There is no record on how wide the margin was or who voted which way. And in most cases, nobody says a word. The chair just decides what the outcome would have been based on what he or she is told by leadership.
Amendment number 18. Representative Jones of North Reading and other members of the House move to amend the order by inserting after proposed Rule 33F the following. 33J.
Chair hears no objection. The clerk will dispense with the further reading of the amendment. Chair hears none. Question comes on the adoption of the amendment. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The noes have it. The amendment is not adopted.
Yeah, this is how laws are made. Even though they have a fancy little voting machine at every desk and all they have to do is press a button, it's not that hard. But we can change this. Together, we have the power to hold our state reps accountable and demand more. Earlier this year, several progressive Democrats championed key reforms to increase transparency. The reforms were defeated, but more state reps took the side of reform than ever before. And they recorded the vote via roll call, in part due to pressure from you. Did your state rep vote for reform? Click on the link below and find out, and let them know how you feel. Act en Masse will have staff at every session of the House to inform you what's really happening in state government. Sign up to become a member of Act en Masse, and you'll get updates from us when there's something you can do in real time. We need to stand together and put pressure on state reps when key decisions are voted on. Up until now, the process has been too confusing and too unclear for us to take action together. But we'll break that down for you and help you understand what's really going on so we can demand the transparent, progressive government we all need.